Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So with that being said, there was a rumor going around that WWE 2K26 was going to be teased or hinted at during Monday Night Raw on Netflix last night, the 5th. And sadly, that didn't happen. But before you freak out, like a lot of people online are freaking out, what I think happened is that they were trying to promote Stranger Things. And if they showed off the game, I feel like the game would have overshadowed that and pretty much dominated the conversation instead of the conversation trying to be about Stranger Things. Because that's what they were trying to promote. Even though I think most wrestling fans, I'll speak for myself. I could care less about Stranger Things. I haven't watched any of it at all. It means nothing to me. But the game, if they showed the game, I'd be like, oh, sweet, yeah, and I'll be making 20 videos talking about it like we're doing today, right? Anyway, so with that being said, I wouldn't worry about it too much. They're probably going to show it at the next pay-per-view. They might show it on the next Raw. Heck, they might show it on SmackDown. Maybe SmackDown wanted the reveal this year instead of Monday Night Raw. That'd be kind of cool. So keep an eye on Friday. We might see it Friday. Anyway, so there's a rumor going around that the cover star has been decided already, obviously. I mean, they should have decided this months ago. But I was kind of like, on the decision until last night, where CM Punk retained the championship. That pretty much guarantees that he's on the cover. Now, before we go any further, remember, typically, whoever is on the cover of the game gets a showcase. That's cool. A CM Punk showcase would be freaking awesome. And what's funny about this, just like in my thumbnail, someone said that he was supposed to be on the cover of AEW Fight Forever, and I completely forgot about that whole scenario where he was front and center on the cover, and because of all the stuff that happened in the backstage stuff, they removed him from the cover completely, not even a little tiny spot or anything. It would just be hilarious to me if he ends up on the cover of 2K26 after everything that happened with AEW. It's like one more middle finger to Tony Khan. Just one more middle finger to Tony Khan. Now I kind of want him to be on the cover just for everybody to get mad online. Like, personally, I don't care. Like, I have no beef either way. I'm not like a super CM Punk guy. I don't hate the guy. To me, he's cool. I like his contributions to wrestling, but he's not my favorite wrestler of all time. His pipe bomb moment was awesome. I don't think he's that good of a wrestler, but he's great on the mic. Yeah, just, he's cool. He's awesome. And I understand his recognition. He's a draw. He's a huge draw. If you have been out of wrestling for a long time, haven't been watching it, and let's say you're at the game store, you're at your Target or whatever, and you see CM Punk on the cover, you're like, holy crap, I remember CM Punk. Is he back? That might make you go watch the show and obviously buy the game, right? But if you haven't been watching wrestling for a while, why would you buy an $80 game? I'm just saying, like, it would just be cool to see him on the cover just for everybody to get super mad online. Oh, there's so many people that hate Punk. I just want to sit back and eat some popcorn and watch the internet lose their minds, because I just think that'd be funny. Anyway, so let's go over to operationsports.com and let's look at this article and where all this information is coming from. All right, as we said, operationsports.com. I don't think I've ever looked at this website before. It was just the one that popped up when I typed it in Google. And it says, is WWE 2K26 cover star already decided? Insider reports point to one man. Man, I cannot talk half the time. Anyway, there have been rumors going around about who will be the potential cover star for WWE 2K26. A tweet from Mike Straw and at Mike Straw Media kicked things off after he said he's hearing a lot of rumors that CM Punk is the favorite to be the WWE 2K26 cover athlete. He also added that it wouldn't surprise him in the slightest, which instantly set the internet on fire. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And it goes down here to say, naturally, the community reacted exactly how you'd expect. Loud, sarcastic, but also weirdly thoughtful. Fans are already debating what a CM Punk cover would mean. Like I said earlier, a showcase. That'd be really cool, but we'll get to an extra thing here in a minute. It says the tweet got reposted on RWE Games, and fans had all sorts of reactions. The OP joked about a Punk showcase, like I said, featuring the moment Phil tried to do MMA, which pretty much sums up the tone of the thread, but fans actually gave Punk a fair amount of credit. That's hilarious. Like, why would they care? WWE fans wouldn't, or the WWE game wouldn't have his MMA part in there, but that would be pretty funny. People, see, this is what I was talking about earlier, like, the fan outrage online or just being douches online. It's just funny to me. Anyway, several people pointed out that he still had the guts to try MMA at all, especially at his age. And with his career already established, others said that if they were offered the money Punk was, they'd happily take a beating too. Yeah, I sure as hell would. I mean, to be fair, if I were offered the money he was offered, I bet you bet your ass I'd train like hell for 6 months and happily get my ass kicked. That's funny. Why CM Punk makes sense as WWE 2K26's cover athlete. All in all, it makes complete sense that CM Punk would find his way onto the cover of WWE 2K26. Since returning to WWE in November 2023, after a long absence feud with the company, Punk has done some of his best work as a professional wrestler, early 2024 injury notwithstanding. Throughout 2024, Punk's rivalry with Drew McIntyre was arguably the best thing going on in the wrestling and produced 3 matches that ranged from solid to instant classic in terms of quality. Yeah, those were amazing matches. And since early 2025, Punk's feud with Seth Rollins has led to him becoming a world champion in WWE for the first time since his return, and also allowed him to main event WrestleMania for the first time in his career. Yes, night 1 counts as the main event. Yeah, it counts. Like, don't be jackasses. It definitely counts. Despite getting up there in age, few wrestlers are as in form as Punk is. Naturally, a spot on the cover of WWE 2K's annual entry is a no-brainer. Punk was previously on the cover of WWE 13, the last game to release before Punk's sudden departure from the company in 2014. I actually still have that game on my shelf behind me. Ironically enough, WWE 13 would be the last WWE game to be released under THQ before the IP was bought up by 2K. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, 13. I think 13, it was either 12 or 13, where I had it on, no, I think it was 12. I had 12 on 360, and then I eventually went back to PlayStation and got 13 on the PS3, and it had less layers for your created wrestler because the way the PS3 was designed than the 360 version. So I couldn't create my Strizer character because it had way less layers. I remember that. That annoyed the crap out of me. I thought that was just how it was across the board. No, it was just because of the PlayStation 3, the way they designed the chipset and everything, made it so the game couldn't handle it on that system. In fact, I think, was it SmackDown vs. Raw 07 skipped the PS3 altogether because of how difficult it was to design for the console. So that's one of the reasons why I switched to 360. It's because, the next wrestling game isn't coming to PlayStation after all the other ones did. I'm getting a 360. That's the only reason I got a 360 was because SmackDown vs. Raw 07 didn't come to PlayStation 3. If it did, I never probably would have bought the Xbox 360, and I would have just stuck with PlayStation because at the time, that was my most favorite game. I didn't care what else came out. Whatever system that was going to be on was the system I was going to buy. Because that was my favorite franchise back then. Still kind of is low-key, but I know I complain about it a lot on the channel. It's only because I've been playing it since the beginning, and there's a lot of things that I still have yet to see in the game. And there's a lot of stuff that they've taken out, too. Anyway, I just want it to be the best it can be. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go an extra mile here, a little further, and say that I would love to see a co-cover with both CM Punk and his wife, AJ Lee. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll be able to get Paige, her matches, but they could do a lot of stuff with AJ Lee and Punk, both their careers. How cool would that be with a dual showcase of AJ and CM Punk? At the very least, have a cover. Like the cover art be CM Punk and his wife. They could have it to be where the base standard edition is just CM Punk. They could have the collector's edition, whatever it's called, the straight edge edition. That'd be kind of funny, straight edge edition. And it could be him and his wife on the cover. That'd be kind of cool though. And then they'll have all the different versions of CM Punk, him with when he's bald, him with the luchador mask, him with his big beard, his ECW run. They could go nuts with a CM Punk showcase and DLC and stuff like that. I feel like that'd be really cool. That'd be really cool to do, in my opinion. And then also include AJ Lee, because she's definitely going to be in the game next year. She could be a pre-order bonus for the Ultimate Edition, or the Straight Edge Edition is what I think it's going to be called. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, there's so many things I could do with this. I'm going to make a separate video going over every match that I want to see in a CM Punk showcase. It's going to take me a minute because I have to go through and try to remember all the matches I really like. There's the Nexus arc with that. Oh, they got to get Ryback back. I want the Ryback matches in there. That'd be hilarious if they got Ryback in the game just to put it in the showcase. That would be freaking amazing. And if you watched my showcase video, it'd be so awesome if they did what ifs. What if CM Punk faced Macho Man Randy Savage? What if CM Punk faced Hulk Hogan? What if CM Punk faced Stone Cold Steve Austin? What if CM Punk faced, I don't know, Paul Orndorff? Just random wrestlers throughout history. It would be freaking amazing. So if CM Punk is the cover star, like the rumor suggests, how do you feel about that? Do you think that's awesome? Do you think that's terrible? And do you think a younger talent should be on the cover? Sound in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay frosty.